as you have seen life from being a queen, leading a life of so much of honor, but also at the same time so difficult.
Since day one, I realized that it's more responsibility in the position that I'm holding rather than privileges.
Okay.
So, responsibility when came first and privileges came second.
What for you is spirituality?
For me, spirituality would mean the life one leads and how does one conduct oneself in your life.
System where the women truly were secured in their own space, but they had restrictions from home. Today, they don't have restrictions from home, but they're not secured in the outside world.
The violence against women, it's not just violence or just, it's the whole attitude of looking at a woman in a different way.
Do you have any memories that you would hold on from
No, I
Brahmakumaris?
have come to this powerful location, I can say, in Mount Abu. It's amazing that institution which has spread so far and wide and has been with the blessings, of course, but the women have been so powerful in this institution that they have led from front and they have actually planned, managed, administered, and led this whole movement all over the world.
Namaskar. Welcome to another episode and a beautiful episode of Mindful Moments with Poonam Kaur. Today we have a very, very special guest, and we all are honored for a woman who's just not from a royal family but supports education, women health, and empowers women for many, many years. Let's all welcome to know about her and her journey, which is inspiring many people like me. Shubhangini Raje Sahib Gaikwad, the Queen of Baroda, who's also the Queen of Humbleness and the Queen of Hearts. Namaskar, Mataji. First of all, I'm very, very glad that you gave us time, and it makes our heart very happy. So, first question that I have for you is, what for you is spirituality?
Spirituality, for me, Adhyatmika, as we say in Hindi, it has always been a way of life. So it of course goes with purity of thoughts, purity of mind, purity of your actions. So for me, spirituality would mean the life one leads and how does one conduct oneself in your life. So there should be, it's not something that you just gather and or you read about it more or do something, but it's something that one imbibes in your own self and follows that dictum through the way one conducts oneself with with yourself, with others, with family, with everyone around you.
Yeah. They say when you take the blessings of elders, life becomes more beautiful, and somehow they have the power of foreseeing what the children should do, what the children can do, and what the children are directed to do. So, as you have seen life from being a queen, leading a life of so much of honor, but also at the same time so difficult. It isn't. It's not about just the crown that you wear, but it's also about the difficult phases that you've faced in life. How do you see the future generations to be tackling a nowadays situation which you actually see? It could be environment, it could be especially in the peace summit, we are talking about the way we are leading life. That's the actual topic.
Yeah.
So आप बताइए that how do you want us, the young generation, us to continue the aspects of Indian culture, and how you have led it, and what are the things that bother you?
I was fortunate to be in a family which was not really talking about religion, but always very, very spiritual in the sense purity of heart. And main thing was that since day one, I realized that it's more responsibility in the position that I'm holding rather than privileges.
Yeah.
So responsibility came first and privileges came second. And in that sense, my whole family, my late mother-in-law, who herself was so much involved with people, my other family members, my late husband, they were all persons who were very, very connected with the people, even though we are living in a democracy, not having the powers that were there before, but still the connect with people never stopped. And we realized that the responsibility is still with us, whether we are, however we are dealing, people have got hopes, they've got a faith that we will be able to help them, or at least stand by them in the times of difficulty, which we always tried to do to the best of our ability. And I think that over the years has stood us in a great way. It has stood by us rather, because we have been as a family involved with every activity that was taking place in Baroda, whether it was education, whether it was a cultural, whether it was cultural scene, which meant performing arts, whether it was with the fine arts, dealing with people with fine arts, dealing with any social situations that were coming up. So we were always involved with them in every way, in every field of life, as one can say. And that was a great learning experience for me too over the years. And as I tell my family, this is the legacy that I got, and this is the legacy that I'm giving to you. And that is our strength, is the love and respect that you are getting from the people wholeheartedly. And that I don't see in many other places, but we have been blessed by having that in Baroda. And that has been our strength also, as I speak to you. So in this way, we kept the culture alive, we kept it going. Baroda is known as the Sanskar Nagri of Gujarat. It's known as the cultural capital of Gujarat, rather. It's in spite of 75 years of independence still. However, that aspect of Baroda has not changed compared to other cities in the state, at least. And I think a lot of that goes to the efforts that were put by the family in the beginning, even before independence, but not only that, which continued. And the continuation of all that was how it was. So, in a way, we were fortunate to be in a position that we could make a difference in these fields. But today I feel I also worked for many years in a hospital. I was running a trust hospital. I was running a hospital especially for women and children and pediatricians and children and mothers. And all that gave me a good insight into what women have to face. We are running an institution for vocational training of women, which is now almost over, celebrated its centenary. So we had, of course, the model of the education has to change, keeping up with today's times. It can't be what it was earlier. But the aims have remained the same, and we are still able to help women in vocational training in different ways. But also, that's one part of it. But through that, we can deal with many problems that the women have, and also make them more secure and strengthen them in the coming lives. And what bothers me very much is that somewhere we are missed out on our values somewhere. So with the result, how can we have things happening around in the country? The violence against women, it's not just violence or just, it's the whole attitude of looking at a woman in a different way. And that, in today's day and age, I feel that the security and respect, These are two important, and justice. These are three important aspects a woman has to face in her life, or she has to suffer because of that. So I would really feel that the generation around us, the young generation, they grow up with imbibe these values and see I don't know what is the cause of all this happening, I can't say that, but we have somewhere lost something on the way. Very sad incidents around us.
We are speaking about the depletion of value.
जी.
And मैंने हमेशा देखा है, I've always seen कि आपने education पे, your entire family
जी.
has concentrated on education aspect. Education aspect होते हुए, you see the depletion of values.
Right.
So don't you think that it has to be a combination of both, and one of it is going backwards?
Yes.
And most of the times when we look at newspaper today, it's very scary to
Absolutely.
even send daughters to a school.
Right.
Not because she'll not learn, but she's not secured.
Right.
So do you see a shift of system where the women truly were secured in their own space, but they had restrictions from home? Today, they don't have restrictions from home, but they're not secured in the outside world. So one part of the education system is changing, and that's where institutes like Brahma Kumaris and various institutes that we have in our country come with our sisters. And especially we speak about Brahma Kumaris because it is Kumaris. It is Kumaris'
Right.
value. It is the Dadis, and it is all the Dadi Janki, Gulzar Dadi, Prakashmani Dadi. Do you have any memories that you would hold on from Brahma Kumaris?
No, I have come to this powerful location, I can say, in Mount Abu and Abu Road for the first time.
Okay.
But I have had experience of visiting the center in Baroda.
Okay.
And I know that, yes, there is a lot. It's amazing that institution which has spread so far and wide and has been, with the blessings of course, but the women have been so powerful in this institution that they have led from front.
Yes.
And they have actually planned, managed, administered, and led this whole movement all over the world, not only in our country. So it's amazing. I think they are giving a shining example of what one should do, and also to both our youth, men and women, because I think the men should also realize, because it's more important that the men realize that they have to give space and respect and
keep up to the value system.
Keep up to the values of looking at everyone in an equal way and keeping up the respect of everyone around. So institution like Brahma Kumaris is also, I think, already playing a vital role in that, because they are having so many, they are influencers to so many
people. Our president
people.
is also a student from Brahma Kumaris.
Absolutely.
She has made us, all of us, so proud. I'm also a student. I'm not Samarpit as such, but I'm so enamored with every sister who comes here. And the time we saw President Ji taking the position she did, and she's leading from front, and she showcases the value system after what. So as we say that women nurture,
yes.
and Mother Nature,
right.
Everything about growth is about women. And we see you in such a pious avatar for, so many years. What is it which derives its strength in you? What is it that drives you to move on and on and on? That one quality which says there's an inner voice which is speaking to you. Who is it, or what is it?
I can't say who it is or what, but yes, I was impressed right in the beginning, because I'm also a student of history, that when I read about what the emphasis on education, the way it was laid in Baroda state, right, 100 years before, in late 1800, and there was insisted that every child should at least get primary education. Mm-hmm. Every child in the whole state, which included the villages. And if the parents did not send their children to school, they were fined. So they had to send, with the result that it was amazing that what we have yet trying to achieve in our country, 100% literacy was attained in the Baroda state.
Wow.
So that part made me think, and I have traveled to many parts of the other distant parts of the old state, what it was, and there I was fortunate to meet very senior women in the villages who were not even coming out when I had gone visiting in those areas. So they called me inside and they said, we just want to tell you that we are all educated women.
Wow.
And they were the grandmothers at that time. I was much younger then, but they were grandmothers. And they told me, my daughter-in-law is not educated because she is not from old Baroda state. She's bahar ki hai.
Oh, okay.
And they said, so I'm taking the tuition of my grandchild who goes to school, and grandchildren, I'm sending them to school, and I'm taking their maths, I'm taking their language in Gujarati, and I'm teaching them because my daughter-in-law doesn't know how to read and write, but I'm educated, I can do all that. So the pride in the senior women who were all part educated, she says, I'm old Baroda state, so I'm an educated person. And that was such an eye-opener and such a wonderful feeling, actually, that see what confidence of education can give to a woman and what she can do. And so in that aspect, we have always as a family thought that this is a very important thing that we cannot ignore in any sense. I'm fortunate that I'm involved with a very important university, which has been an old University of Baroda, where a lot of arts faculty, science faculty and all had started much earlier, but the university, it's a unitary organization with all our thing, but glad that we have such brilliant alumni in that, which have passed out and which have created a name for themselves. And hence being part of that, I feel very much, because that's given me a platform where one can involve value along with education, because as you say, that is most important. So
education is the key.
It's the key.
Till now, we've only heard of state of Kerala, where we had the matrilineal system, and I've only heard interacting with the Queen in Kerala that we had the matrilineal system, and we have the entire state has 100% literacy.
Yeah.
But today, it's an eye opener for me that Baroda was a state which.
In fact, I can proudly say that our present Prime Minister, he always tells me that I was part of the old Baroda state, so that's how I got educated when I was a child.
It's so beautiful.
Distant part wherever, but that part came under Baroda state. So he's very proud about that. He said, maybe I wouldn't have gone to school if I was living somewhere else.
Maybe he wouldn't have been a great orator that he is today.
Well, I think that's inherent a bit. We can't take credit for everything. He is a dynamic person.
Yeah, he is.
That's so that way. And he knows how to continuously educate himself. So that is a very great...
Yes, and evolve with time and the need. And today he talks about AI.
Yeah, I know.
And then...
I know. So it's amazing. So that's definitely something. But yes, we hope that in the days to come, our country is moving forward in all the way, improving the infrastructure, improving the financial sector, improving the business sector. But we also have to move in a very nice way, in a spiritual way, because that finally will be the whole strength that will help people to do well in no matter which field they are. And we can't separate the spiritual part of it.
If we separate the spiritual part of it, then I don't think it is Bharat. I think then it only becomes it has to be spiritual.
It has to be, yes.
5 values which you want to see in the women. 5 values, 5 core values.
In the women, personally, I would be very happy to see values. If something is that first take on responsibility, which they have been doing anyway.
Yeah.
And but the values of something is that I would be very what troubles me more is our situation of
Security?
climate change
Climate
and nature,
change.
and that is
Yeah.
another
Being
part
conscious
that
of
being
climate.
very conscious of it. So I think the women can play a major role in that.
Being conscious about the climate changing.
Climate change, but climate change means what? It's just a word, but it has to be in practical sense. You have to take it in, you have to see that you save your resources, you recycle your resources, that you save water. These are very small things, but people in their own household, in their own thing, they have to do that.
Yeah, one
So
is responsibility,
responsibility,
second is consciousness.
Consciousness.
Okay, the third.
And then third is just giving, caring, and like a sisterhood family for all, you know. Love and care too.
Love.
That has to be there. And along with that, values, the right values.
Yeah, it's
way.
consciousness, responsibility, love and care. And I know that being educated, which
Of
is
course,
very, very
education,
important.
of course.
And
I think education brings some of these values in the person.
one core value system of you and your family you feel has kept you on with generations, like which you've given to your daughter-in-law, to your daughter, to the family, that one thing which puts you and says, yes, we stand for this. I understand it's the education system, I understand the cultural aspect, कि वो एक चीज जो दिल को छूकर बोलती है, this is what my family belongs to.
Sometimes it's difficult to define in a word also what you're asking, but I would say that it's a combination of many things. It's your conduct of how you conduct in society, your own conduct in life.
Okay.
You have the freedom to do everything, because in our family we've always had a lot of freedom. To the girls, to the women, to everybody. Even I had more freedom as a daughter-in-law than I had the freedom as a daughter when I was with my parents. I always tell people that as soon as I came to Baroda, I felt more free. I learned to drive, I learned to do everything once I got married, and I could go anywhere. But you still have to realize that along with that, how you conduct yourself has to be your own responsibility. As long as you're true to your conscience, I think it's all right. You would be all right, and you look okay in the eyes of society also.
So it's all about education, it's all about consciousness, and she's very particular about climate change, which is an ocean of ideas, ocean of responsibility. And on the whole, it's about true love. Rajesh, I'm so glad in this time of Navaratri, where we really talk about womanhood, you came to Brahma Kumaris and you gave your valuable time, and I was truly, truly behind you to take your blessings.
I'm also blessed to be here during this Shakti time. Navaratri for us is a time of Shakti, and that during this time I could come and maybe take fresh inspiration from here and get myself more.
Thank you, Rajesh.